Basement, level vibes with another one, straight up, blackness aye. Who tell the truth? Mark Scott, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Scott, radio station is the fruit. Mark Scott, straight up from the root. Mark Scott, who tell the truth? Mark Scott, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Scott, radio station is the fruit. Mark Scott, straight up from the root. Mark Scott, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Scott stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Scott, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Scott, radio station is the fruit. Mark Scott, straight up from the root. Mark Scott, who tell the truth? Mark Scott, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Scott, radio station is the fruit. Mark.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%. Get your give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base. Then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how evil set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fair with the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment. And you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows. One set to girls and banner. Cause I don't.
Not war. Just peace. Not war. No a la guerra. No.
At Big Bird Transportation Service, we specialize in safe, fast, and dependable delivery transportation for businesses and individuals. Whether you're sending a small package across town or need scheduled deliveries for your company, we're here to make sure your items arrive on time, every time. Our team is committed to providing efficient logistics solutions with a personal touch. With a fleet of well-maintained vehicles and experienced drivers, we handle every delivery with care, from pickup to drop-off. Why choose Big Bird? On-demand and scheduled deliveries. Local and regional coverage. Secure and professional handling. Customer-first service. Call us today at 929-329-9938 and let Big Bird take your deliveries to the next level.
All right, hey, good night. Let's get straight down to business. It's 8 minutes after 9 o'clock. Wherever you are, the time might be different, but in Guyana, beautiful Guyana, of course, you know, the corruption stems from the politics, the corruption stems from the government, the corruption stems from corrupt and heartless businessmen and some women. They are connected to the PPP regime. They're smuggling your gold. They're smuggling your every single thing. They're smuggling out of the country. They're not paying taxes. And some of these corrupt politicians, mind you, you know who those vagabonds are. They have private rooms where they open up those private rooms and they go and I don't know. You know, I'm kind of old school, but I haven't heard that song in a while. You guys can repeat after me. I'm not saying that that is what goes on in that private room out in Linden. Salarina, Salarina, Salarina. I don't know. You know, it took me a while to figure out what that song actually means. Because as a little boy growing up on the quarantine, you always hear that song and it has a nice beat to it, right? It has a nice, a beautiful beat to it. And so the interpretation of that song, I always thought it was something else. But as I got older, I realized that it basically means pampering. They go to the salon, they get their hair done, they get their nails done, and that's exactly what it means. You know, and so in this private room, sorry about that. I get a bit carried away with that song, right? So, uh, so in this private room, we don't know what goes on there. We just don't know what goes on in that private room at all. We notice there's a Carol DZ or DZ or whatever already say, give me a break. And just like that, they want a break. You just jump in there. This is not a private room. You call Agile for that. The program just started. Come on now. It just started. What are you guys up to? I don't know. Some of you bumps raised and the program just started and I'm now getting warm up. You know, I'm not one of those fake bishops, you know. But if you notice, you guys have noticed not a word from the PPP concerning Linden. Not a single word from them. They mean said nothing to rebut what the people have been saying in Linden, that the African Guyanese, who are part and parcel of the PPP regime, feel that they have no value in the PPP, none whatsoever. Now, I'm not, if I were to tell you guys that, then you guys probably, Mark is probably talking because he wants it to make it look as though the PPP doesn't respect Guyanese of African descent, but which is true. But those African Guyanese in Linden, they actually said it. They said that they're not being treated with respect. They said that they're treated as though it's an apartheid system. They have said it. But while they said it, apartheid, oops, sorry, this is actually Jermaine Figueroa, not a vagrant. No, not a vagrant. But with what the people in Linden have said concerning their treatment, and they're PPP supporters in Linden, they have been PPP supporters for 2-3 decades, some probably longer. And they're saying now that they are being treated worse than dogs. That is it. If you think I'm lying, ask Selwyn Peters, ask these guys, ask James Bond, ask them, ask Figueroa, the wow guy, right? I noticed he put on his page, that's all he can say, right? I don't know what's going on. Wow. Just imagine you have so-called politicians. They can't explain anything to you. They can't speak their mind unless it's something against you, the people. They have a mouthful, they have a lot to say. But when they're supposed to be speaking up, they can't because they're muzzled by the PPP regime. And so during the course of the day, this guy Figueroa, he says God is good. Every man is God, and then he gone in with Tanti Moral shades. Don't start your morning with God is great, God is this, God, and 2 minutes after you're gone in with your shades. Just pray, allow your prayers to settle in, and then you move about sometime, let me say, after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you start with your little ricketics. But some of you guys early morning with this, and some of you are on my WhatsApp and you send me these things 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the mornings, and God is great. Fair enough. We know that. We know that. But some of you, as soon as you finish talking about God in the morning, wattacks, licks, pashwe, spews out. I don't know what's going on. But some of you who are on my WhatsApp, on my Facebook inbox, ease up a little, please. Ease up. You get up in the mornings, you pray, just pray for me. As I pray for you guys. Well, not my enemies. I don't pray. I'll tell you guys this. I don't pray for my enemies. I don't. But those of you who send me those things early in the morning, those God loves you. Yes, God loves me. But 4 o'clock in the morning, man, 5 o'clock in the morning, prayer is supposed to be silent and quiet and peaceful. But brother, you don't pray. You want to wake me up now. Sorry about that. I got thrown off, right? I wanted to throw my little shades at some of you guys early in the morning. Early in the morning. Panang, pinning, panang, pinning. Anyways, this wow guy, right? Mark Phillips is quiet. He cannot say anything to the situation in Linden. He cannot say that he supports those guys in Linden because they're gonna put him in a dark room, not just a private room. Like I said, I don't know what goes on in that private room that Edgil supposedly has. But one thing for sure is Edgil hasn't said anything about it. Nobody has said anything about it. I don't know if they're growing squash in that private room, in that dark room. Again, I don't know what goes on in there, but I hope your tax dollars isn't going into any bank. 15 minutes after 9 o'clock. My name is Mark Benchap. Again, welcome to Straight Up. Yesterday was Diwali. And you know, Diwali, everybody celebrates Diwali, right? And they like to cuss out Burnham and say that Burnham was a racist and Burnham this. Those of you who are Hindus watching this program right now, namaste, right? All of you who are Hindus watching this program, and they have a lot of African Guyanese who are Hindus in Guyana, you know. So we're talking specifically about Guyana, mind you. And then they have a good portion of our Indian brothers and sisters in Guyana. They're also Hindus. Not all of them are Hindus, right? But some of them were taught by the PPP to believe that Burnham meant bad for East Indian Guyanese. And not true. If you compare what Burnham did for Guyana, including our Indian brothers and sisters, is nothing, absolutely. The PPP has nothing to compare to the significant benefits of our Indian brothers and sisters in Guyana. All Guyanese benefited. Every single Guyanese benefited under Burnham. But when you look at the holidays now, Diwali, I want our Indian brothers and sisters to know, some of them are in my family and they're PPP and they know for cost sometimes, right? But I don't tell them anything. They don't give me no dal and rice no more, but they could cost elections time. They don't give thanks to Burnham because had it not been for Burnham, they wouldn't have gotten any Diwali. They get Diwali, they get Pagwa, all sort of things. Most holidays in Guyana, most holidays, look, Pagwa, Diwali, the Muslim holidays, and all sort of things, compliments of the same Burnham, right? So when our Hindu brothers and sisters, they were celebrating Diwali, they were lighting the diya, and all sort of lighting the diya. They must light a diya and say thank you to Forbes, Burnham, and the PNC. How many of our young Indian brothers and sisters in Guyana know that Diwali is a holiday and Pagwa and all these holidays under the PNC regime, under Burnham? Now, if Burnham was a racist as they claim, would Burnham allow all these Hindu holidays? Would he have done that? The answer is no. Now, let me ask you one question. What African Guyanese got? What holiday? What holiday African Guyanese get? Don't tell me Christmas, because everybody celebrates Christmas. Everybody celebrates Christmas. Even the Hindus, the Muslims celebrate Christmas. Every Guyanese celebrate Christmas. So don't tell me African Guyanese alone celebrate Christmas. Don't tell me that. Because on the quarantine, it doesn't matter if you keep Jandy yesterday and tomorrow is Christmas. Everybody get Christmas light. Everybody get Christmas tree. Everybody looking for Christmas presents and all these sort of things. So don't tell me that Christmas is an African Guyanese holiday. And so Burnham put Christmas for African Guyanese. No. Don't tell me Easter is an African Guyanese holiday. Everybody celebrate. Not celebrate, you know. Y'all know why I said celebrate, right? Everyone celebrate. Every single one in Guyana. The only holiday in terms of that African Guyanese can embrace, I think Thomasina Ben, and mind you, all the Bens are upset with me because they feel that if you touch one Ben, it's all of them coming after you. So from tonight, I promise you guys, if Sean Ben is in the audience, I'm no longer going to say, good night to Sean Ben, actually. By the way, Sean Ben and I are related too. So, yeah, don't get between Sean Ben and I. Jordan Cutting saying, preach, preach. Yep, of course. So, back to preaching, right? So, all these holidays now, Emancipation Day is supposed to be, yep. African Guyanese can say emancipation, but when you look at what's happening really now, and it's economic genocide and apartheid in Guyana, you want to know what really you're emancipated about, right? But the emancipation celebration, African Guyanese can embrace it because it is saying they're free. Ancestors, 400 years of slaving for that country, free labor in Guyana, 400 years. You name another ethnic group in Guyana. We're talking about Guyana, and we can even say in America, free labor, Africans slaved for years in America too. That is why they were able to build the roads, build everything, and get people coming from Germany and all over. And who you think built the White House? Who you think built Washington and Washington, D.C. and these places? Come on now. Now let's get back to Guyana, right? 400 years. Which race? Which ethnic group did that? 400 years. And then there's no thanks, right? There's no thanks. And then they jump to say that African Guyanese, black people, lazy black people, all manner of things. Who did the farming? Who cut all of the cane, the sugar cane and all these things, and free labor for 400 years. And then when the indentured service came to Guyana, guess who had to train them? How to hold a cutlass, how to cut. Because many of the, or most, if not all of the indentured servants didn't know to cut cane. They didn't know these sort of things. They were rounded up. They were basically, some of them, according to history, street dwellers and so forth and so on. So they didn't know. Now, some people may cuss this, suck their teeth, right? So family members may suck their teeth too. Street dwellers, right? Now, I'm not saying all of them were, mind you. But when they came to Guyana, they had to be trained by the same people, the same African Guyanese. Some of them love to call lazy, hungry belly. Who you think was feeding? Who you think the set of people who are farmers? Who are the farmers and all these sort of things? But of course, some of the men end up getting some of the African Guyanese women pregnant. Some of the African Guyanese men got the Indian women pregnant. And so even 100, 200 years after, they don't want you to know that they get little black blood in them. Some of them are Douglas looking. Anyways, that's a different story. I don't even know how I got to that, right? But there's like hide the part. There's hide it. And so yesterday, back to Diwali, compliments of boredom. It's a holiday. We were off last night. Oh, gosh, I couldn't wait to put that post up to say we're not on last night, right? But we're back tonight. We want to talk about a lot of things. Before we do that, there's something about the highlighter show, right? Those guys have a good program going on. I hope they're not. I hope they don't change the direction of the program, and it's going good. Linden is coming together and talking about developments in Linden. And I like that because these Lindeners know about Linden. They have lived there practically all their lives. And so they understand what they need. They understand what developments they need. And we are seeing that. And so I say kudos to those guys, the highlighters. It's good when people who know what their community, what they need in their community and their town, and they've experienced those sort of things, to sit down together at a table and talk about their plans for their town. And I love that. And so tonight, these two guys, the guy, right, is the birthday, right? One of them birthday is Israel Gordon's birthday. That's the guy just about to put the food in his mouth, Israel Gordon, on the right side of the screen. And the guy on the left side of the screen is the original highlighter. He's the CEO of the highlighter. He's the boss, right? His name is, let me see how many of you guys recognize them. But the guy on the right, Israel Gordon, it's his birthday today. So we want to take the time out to say happy birthday to Israel Gordon. And so And so Conan Marshall decided that he's going to take. Hey, Conan really know how to catch a little thing by. I mean, when I say I would have done the same thing too. Hey, boy, come, it's your birthday, let me go. Right? Conan say he doesn't eat rice, but look what's in front of him: fried rice. Right? He got caught. Fried rice. Conan Marshall said a couple mornings ago on his program he doesn't eat rice, but look, him eating fried rice, like chicken. Anyways, these guys are fun. So happy birthday to Israel Gordon. Probably maybe 80 something. I don't know. Them guys in Linden old bad. So happy birthday. He and Conan Marshall, they had fun tonight. Compliments of the highlighters. And we wish Mr. Gordon, Israel Gordon, many more birthdays to come. But I'm just looking at Conan Marshall and his rice. Right. Good night to Conan. Tune into their programs in the morning. And they talk about Linden. They talk about development for Guyana. And they're right there on the ground. So they know best, don't they? Of course they do. So, okay. So Keith Isidan say he doesn't eat regular rice. He just eats fried rice. Tomorrow morning, you guys tell Conan Marshall that we have the evidence he eats rice. But like Keith Isidan said, he eats not regular rice, he eats fried rice. So happy birthday to Israel Gordon. All the best. They do a wonderful job there. And so let us say thank you to the staff too. We're giving them a plug. This place, it's called Pyramid Paradise Restaurant, Lounge, and Bar. That's in Amelia's Ward, Linden. Linden. You've got to support. I just thought I'd give them a plug. What else is happening in your neck of the woods? I don't know. I'm looking at some of your comments. What exactly you guys want to talk about tonight? Commissioner Cole is with us. Commissioner Cole, what have you been up to these days since old age step in? I know what's going on, Commissioner Cole. Good to see you, though. Aubrey Williams says, Mark, I got some information for you. Well, if you got some information for me, inbox me quietly. But when you say you got some information for me publicly, inbox me quietly. All right, I'm just teaching you the art so that nobody would know my source. I'm just trying to show you the art. Let's see what else is happening in your neck of the woods. What else can we talk about? This is the Village Voice. Oh, yes, the Village Voice is saying that the Venezuelan ambassador to Guyana, Carlos Amador Perez Silva, has categorically denied that the Wind Party people, Azruddin Mohammed, that they ever visited the embassy. And they're saying that the government lied. Well, look, let me say this. Right now, both of them are liars. The government of Guyana, headed by the installed president Irfan Ali, who is going to believe him on this? But then again, who is going to believe Venezuela on this now? Who is to say that Venezuela isn't vexed because they see this coziness with Guyana and the U.S. in terms of a soon-to-be attack, all-out attack on Maduro? All-out attack on Maduro. So Maduro bombs raised, and he probably instructed his ambassador to Guyana to say, no, it's not true, it's a lie. Do you expect them to say yes? Well, hear me out on this here. This was being peddled during elections time. And not a word from the ambassador then. Not a single word from the ambassador then. Not a word. But suddenly they're coming out now to speak. Look, I don't believe none of that. I don't believe Irfan Ali. Neither do I believe the Maduro government, the ambassador. So whoever is lying, I don't know, Teacher Percy, But anyways, what else is happening in your neck of the woods? What's going on in the tourism side of things? Sorry about that. I don't know. Sorry. I'm really sorry about that. But let's go back to Caracas as Caracas threatens Guyana and Trinidad amid growing tensions with U.S. Don't be surprised soon that Maduro is going to turn. Maduro is going to turn his attention to Guyana pretty soon. But if the Guyana government, that corrupt government of Guyana, if they have any sense, they would send the ambassador to Venezuela, ambassador to Guyana, send him packing back to Caracas, and withdraw the Guyana ambassador to Venezuela. That is Richard Van West Charles. Or maybe you should just leave Van West Charles in Venezuela, right? Leave him there. Leave Van West in Venezuela. So if there's any all-out war break out there in Venezuela, that Van West Charles may probably stand up and fight for Maduro. Who knows? Who knows? But leave Van West in Venezuela, but send the Venezuela ambassador to Guyana, send him packing tomorrow. Tomorrow, send him packing because we don't know what next will happen. You see what's going on? Almost 10,000 special operation guys, special forces guys, I'm told, mind you, according to a source, they're ready. They're ready to rock and roll. Ready to rock and roll. Ready to rock and roll. Right? And so, look, I don't feel sorry for Maduro. I'm telling you guys this point blank. I do not feel sorry for Maduro at all. This is the same Maduro who was mouthing off. He wants a piece of Guyana, ready to attack Guyana, all sort of things, and held some mock elections, taking Essequibo, voting Essequibo, and putting a what sort of disrespect and all. Look, I am telling you guys this. I know some of you may talk about sovereignty and all manner of things, and I do not feel sorry for Maduro. If Maduro can go tomorrow, I don't know. Let's get the guys. It's $50 million on him. $50 million. You know what we could do with $50 million? Man, we could eat a set of chicken, because you know they said we like chicken, right? We could eat a set of chicken, rice, and all these things, right? Like, look, the brothers are we can do that. $50 million. Mind you, some people love, because the bums love to raise, you know. I'm putting this photo here not to mock these brothers at all. They're friends, they're brothers in the struggle, they're doing a good job, and it was so pleasing to see them in a happy and joyful mood tonight. And so I decided to just take this photograph to wish Brother Israel Gordon a happy birthday, and to see Conan Marshall out there too, celebrating with his brother, his friend, and his colleague of the Highlighter Show. It's coincidentally I saw the plate of rice, right? So this is not because, you know, some people bums like to raise and, no. Y'all got to loosen up sometimes, right? Because if somebody tells me that they saw me eating cook-up with calves rip inside, oops, that's another story. We want to stick to politics, right? But we'll take a quick break, because I want you guys to listen to this lunatic air finale, and maybe this explains why Guyana is the way it is. Take a listen to this, please.
This is one of the most important ingredients when you want to make mind-blowing cook-up. All right?
Yeah.
You have to ensure you get pure Guyanese calves rib.
Just tell me, you ever see a mother put calves rib in cook-up? You ever see a mother put calves rib in cook-up? What kind of cook-up is that? You just tell me.
Calves rib in cook-up? Calves rib in cook-up is just like putting coconut milk in dal. Or maybe put calves rib in dal. I'd love to. As soon as I get up, I'm going to go straight into the kitchen, and I'm going to get some split peas, because, you know, they said Bornham bun split peas, right? They say all sort of things. And I'm going to put some calves rib in the dal. I'm going to put coconut milk in the dal. And I'm going to put catfish in the dal, stir it up, and I'm going to make some nice dal. But could you believe this here? And this guy is supposed to be a Guyanese, right?
This is one of the most important ingredients when you want to make mind-blowing cook-up. All right?
Yeah.
You have to ensure you get pure Guyanese calves rib.
Just tell me, you ever see a mother put calves rib in cook-up? You ever see a mother put cash in cook up? What kind of cook up is that? You just tell me.
I'm glad that I didn't go to the University of IFLAT. I'm so glad. How many of you have gone to the University of IFLAT? How many of you? How many of you have gone? Michael Reed, University of IFLAT, Deanne Mitchell, all of you guys, Commissioner Cole, Mandy Cummings, I don't know. I have been eating cook-up all my life. I love cook-up, of course. We love cook-up. You know what I mean by we, right? But I have some other relatives, some Indian relatives in Guyana. They cook up, you feel you think it's sweet rice. It's soft. But even when they cook up and it's soft, I've never seen anyone put calf's rib in cook up. I have never seen anybody in Guyana put calf's rib in cook up. Never have I seen that. Never. And something is wrong because these guys, I don't know if they eye on something, and you know what I mean by eye, right? They eye. I don't know if they're high on some cocaine, if they sniff cocaine. Now, I don't know if Irfan Ali sniffs cocaine, and I'm not saying that he does. I don't know if he smokes weed, marijuana. I don't know. But something, trust me, I'm going to tell you guys this. Something isn't right.
How we gonna do a body man walk right now? You ready? Fuck, so let me go now. Hear me sing now. Body walk, everything. Body walk, truck, body walk.
And I actually mean it. Something isn't right about Irfan Ali. Have you ever seen it? He bunks up all over, like he get jittery and all. Something isn't right mentally. Maybe otherwise, I don't know. But you guys be the judge.
This is one of the most important ingredients when you want to make mind-blowing cook-up. All right?
Yeah.
You have to ensure you get pure Guyanese calf's rib.
Just tell me. You ever see a mother put calf's rib in cook up? You ever see a mother put calf's rib in cook up? What kind of cook up is that? You just tell me.
You ever see your mother put calf's rib in cook up? You ever see your mother put calf's rib in dal? Now, if you want to add a little flavor, I've noticed some of your comments there, but pepper pot, calf's rib is not one of the main ingredients. He said main, it's one of the main or probably the main. Since when? Come on, y'all stop it. Might as well just put some weed in the cook-up and call it tourism cook-up. Oops, sorry about that, guys. So, hey, what happened earlier today in Guyana? Lots of things. A young woman lost her life. Some bandits just stormed into her house, robbed her because they're of the view that what she worked for in that house, those family that own it, it belongs to those bandits. So they barged into her home, grabbed her bag, whatever belongings in the house, and they shot and they killed her there in West Rumveld. You know, condolences to the family, that young woman who lost her life. I don't know. Guyana under the PPP regime, right? Yeah, some of you may suck your teeth. Guyana under the PPP regime. I don't know. Oh, good. Gosh. I don't know what else we can talk about. We can talk about this 650 pounds of marijuana allegations leveled against former member of parliament of the AFC under the coalition APNU AFC. Mr. Devin Sears, according to information, was arrested this morning along with another occupant of the minibus belonging to some tourism minibus, and 650 pounds of marijuana. Now, I don't know the circumstances, but we have seen people with 10 times that amount. 10 times that amount. And guess what? They walk free, all because they're connected to the PPP regime. Now, here it is. I'm not condoning this here at all. If the allegations are correct, well, you do the you do the crime, you do the time, right? But the corrupt PPP regime and the police force, they've got to be consistent across the board. Because not so long ago, March of this year, court dismisses drug trafficking charge against a bad settlement man. That's because he's connected to the PPP regime. And back in March of this year, Magistrate Alan Wilson, presided at the Mahagoni Magistrates Court, has dismissed the drug trafficking charge against Ramlal Ramdihal following a no-case submission, meaning that no prima facie case had been established against the accused, found with a bunch of marijuana, 10 times the amount of this, but because of the connection to the PPP regime, he was able to walk free. And so the PPP knows all of the drug lords, just like they know all of the major drug lords, all of the major gold smugglers, and so forth. But the PPP does absolutely nothing to them. Now, again, this is not to condone what this guy is alleged to have done. Devon Sears, former MP of the AFC, APNU AFC, a senior member of the AFC. But, hey, the PPP, they're going to have a field day with this. But when their guys are accused of raping little boys, they don't have a field day with it. When their ministers are accused of raping little girls, they don't have a field day with that. When they appoint alleged child molesters and all these sort of people and corrupt individuals to become members of parliament and ministers and so forth, they don't have a field day with this. When they associate with drug lords and phantom squad killers and death squad killers and so forth, they don't have a field day with this. They don't. When they associate themselves with individuals who are said to be narco traffickers and on the sanction list of the US and also wanted list of US law enforcement agencies, they don't have a field day with it. When they are linked to these individuals, drug traffickers who have been sanctioned, like Mark Cromwell and Paul Darby Jr., and all these guys, and Hemnat Saw and so forth, they don't have a field day with that. But the allegations now that this guy, Devon Sears, 650 pounds of marijuana, and they in the PPP want to behave as though as they're self-righteous. The biggest vagabonds in Guyana are those in high offices, the PPP regime, office of the president, you name it, the most corrupt individuals right now in Guyana. But no, this guy, tourism, I don't know, according to the news we read, he said that this is tourism plant. It might be tourism plant for those who see it that way. But it is what it is. But don't let the PPP tell you guys, make it look as though this guy is the bad guy. But whereas they go at Palm Court and they drink with drug lords. They go in casinos and they gamble with drug lords and gold smugglers and tax evaders. Those people are acceptable. Those corrupt people, those criminals are acceptable to the PPP regime. But this Banner here, again, I'm not condoning what he has done, alleged to have done. I don't know whether it's true. He hasn't pleaded guilty. I don't know. Probably jump in a minibus thinking that his tourism plant he was taking. I don't know. Maybe he was taking it to a bingo hall. I don't know. But you see how quick the PPP wants to be so self-righteous, right? That's all I'm pointing out. But by the way, Sandra Broderson is correct. It's Agriculture Week, right? It's Agriculture Week. Oh man, just looking at that, some of y'all behaving. I. Anyways, whatever the situation is, I'm sure that Mr. Devon Sears have his lawyers, competent lawyers, are able to argue that the marijuana or what looks like marijuana isn't really marijuana, that it's just AI. Y'all know it's AI, right? So I would put up a defense and say it's AI. I don't know, but we wish him all the best. And just like the others got off for tons and tons of marijuana, hundreds upon hundreds of pounds of marijuana, all because they're connected to the PPP. You never know. He might get his luck and may walk free. But in terms of police work, the point I'm making is got to be consistent across the board. You don't just pick and choose who you want to catch and who you want to charge. Again, this is not to condone. If you got to charge this guy, you got to charge everybody, including the one with that hundreds upon hundreds of pounds of marijuana that is connected to the PPP and they're free. So consistency matters. That's all. So I don't know, Devon Sears. Is it that's his name, Devon Sears? Probably sitting on the cold bench or in the lockup or whatever. Guys, pay attention. Pay attention. Again, I'm not accusing him. I don't know whether he's guilty or not. I don't know. But pay attention to the fast money guys. Pay attention because not all fast money making is good money. Not all. Again, I don't know the circumstances and I'm not giving my mouth liberty. All I'm saying is the PVP should not be laughing at this situation. They're 10 times worse than that. 10 times. All of the cocaine, the tons and tons of cocaine that shipped out of the country and busted in other countries. But yet the PVP regime can't bust those big drug smugglers, those drug lords in Guyana. Maybe because they're all connected to the PPP. They're never busted, they're never extradited or whatever. So it is what it is. All right, what else is happening in your neck of the wood? What else do you guys want to talk about tonight? I don't know. What's going through your minds? Y'all want to talk about an invasion of Venezuela to make sure there's no more Maduro? I'm in support of that. Not an invasion of the country, but just to get rid of Maduro. Maduro, disrespectful to Guyanese. That's all. Some of you bums gonna raise. Some of you bums gonna raise, but Maduro's got to go. He's got to go. I'm in full support of Maduro going. I know Francine and all those socialist people, those communist people, their bums gonna raise, they're gonna get upset and so forth. Look, I'm a capitalist. Some things in socialism are okay, but I'm nothing close to a communist at all. And I just thought I'd make that pellucid that Maduro got to go. Maduro got to go. He disrespected Guyana. He's just got to go. I will take a quick break. We got some folks calling, sending some messages. I don't know for what, but we'll be right back.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%, yet you give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base, then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fear in the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment. And you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows. One set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up.
All right, we're looking at the time, right? We just have just a couple of minutes remaining before we beat out. We're out of here. Everybody's fed up with Guyana. There's no parliament right now, none whatsoever. Never before. Well, I wouldn't say never before, but the question is, why isn't the PPP? Why aren't they focusing on Parliament? You need the parliamentarians. You need to prepare for the budget, all these sort of things. So what they are going to do, the corrupt PPP that is, when they realize that they need, uh, some more money, they're going to convene Parliament, and then they're going to go and rush some sort of bill through to give themselves billions of dollars. Now, let me check some of your comments. I don't know, some of you. Let me see. Ian Williams said, GHK Lal says he has some files for the FBI on the gold smuggling. That's old news. The FBI already got all of the files. All of the files. In fact, lots of folks identified as gold smugglers. And while the Mohammed's, Azruddin and his father, weren't identified specifically during some of those requests, they were definitely identified as persons of interest. And we'll leave it as that, persons of interest. So with this whole GHK Lal stuff, and he has some files for the FBI already has probably all of the files. So it's nothing new. In fact, the FBI or the US law enforcement agencies were helping those members of the Gold Board. Some of them were corrupt, and some of them were basically there to do their job. It's for you guys to figure out who were the corrupt ones and who were there to do their jobs. But the FBI already got probably all, because the FBI kept giving them a list. And on that list were individuals. We know who some of those individuals are, Tamesh and all these different guys. And again, I repeat, the law enforcement agencies had the Mohammeds them down as persons of interest, meaning a variety of things, not just gold smuggling, but, you know, whenever the story pops out, you probably will hear more. But what is Francine Cruz saying? Get rid of Maduro and put you, Benchap, a self-hating Negro and European white people lover. Suddenly now, I am saying that Maduro should go, and you have a bingo thief telling me that I'm a self-hating Negro, a bingo thief. When Maduro wanted to kill Guyanese, when Maduro wanted to kill our soldiers and probably encourage his soldiers them to shoot and kill our soldiers at the border, you didn't know to open your bingo thief in mouth, Francine. But now you're coming here to call me a self-hating Negro, all because I say your friend, you're probably a socialist or a communist. 1 second, Emma, please. Right? Probably a socialist or a communist, a socialist or a communist like Maduro. Probably that's what it is. So there you are coming. Look, don't make my bombs race, bingo thief. Not tonight. Not tonight, bingo thief. Not tonight. Now, I don't want to talk about who alien house burned down. We don't talk a waste time talk here, man. Yeah, I'll carry them thing there for somewhere else, right? But karma is a good karma don't telling me nonsense, but I self-hating Negro. What's wrong with this bingo thief? Old bingo thief, right? We'll take a quick break, guys, and we'll be right back.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout, and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%, yet you give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. And while you try surviving on the public base, then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no.
Some of you guys are something else, right? Inboxing me and telling me glad that you abuse out. It's not abusing. It's a bingo thief. Francine Cruz is a bingo thief. That's it. Walking in all the bingo halls, thieving people money, and then thieving people bingo thing, and then coming and tell me, but because I'm talking about Maduro, she bombs race. Man, what a way to end tonight's program, right? What a way. we've got to go, guys. You notice Emma just walked in to remind me that we've got to go. These days, busy days, right? So I barely got a couple of minutes to spend with you guys. But I'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time, and we can enjoy at least an hour and 15 minutes. But for now, let's just again wish our brother Israel Gordon a happy birthday, and have them continue the good work that they have started. And this guy, Conan Marshall, is, of course, he's the CEO. He's the boss of the Highlighter program, where they deal with Linden issues and issues outside of Linden as well. And who best knows about what's happening in their township, those who have lived there, those who experience it. And we got to give these guys kudos. So happy birthday again to Israel Gordon and our good friend Conan Marshall, who accompanied him there and eating fried rice. I'm out of here, guys. I'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time. I'm just gonna go and play some bingo. I'm out of here. God bless all of you. This self-loving, what is it, Negro? I'm out of here, guys. God bless you all. Continue to pray for your beautiful country. So long.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cause the living gone up